Oh my God. Hi, everybody.
Happy Friday of a long weekend, everybody.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
How's everybody doing?
Is
Everybody
everybody
okay?
good? Everybody good this morning?
Very
Yeah.
excited for Daisy and for the rest of you to see my name today after we tell you about presidentialelectionproject.com. It's been a while since we've mentioned them, and it is worth mentioning now because they continue to do work behind the scenes to try to get reform to the Electoral Count Act. And that is the act that outlines the role of the vice president in the election process, which, by the way, is supposed to be very ceremonial. And so the way that the law is written now is so convoluted and confusing that it allowed and actually contributed to all the confusion that happened around the last presidential election, where, now we have Trump and Pence on totally opposite sides of this issue because they cannot agree on the wording and the verbiage in this very Electoral Count Act. That's why we had all the hullabaloo. That's why they're probably never going to talk again, right? And so now the big fear is, if it's this convoluted, what might Kamala do to ensure her potential victory in 2024?
Right.
And so she could easily say something like, she could say, well, I'm not going to count the votes from Georgia and Florida because they suppressed the vote there. She could literally make up something like that and be able to point to the vagueness of this act to support that idea. So it's just, It needs reform. That's what presidentialelectionproject.com is working on. So you should go and check out all the information that they have there because they're doing a lot of important work. It is important work. It needs to be done. And you can get all the details at presidentialelectionproject.com.
Do it. Oh, wait. And then also make sure you're checking out our website, chicksonright.com, for all things chicks. That is our nucleus. Check it out and excuse some of the kinks that we're working out, the kinks and the idiosyncrasies and all the little things that we're working out. And just, we're gonna get there eventually, but it's pretty awesome as it stands.
It looks so nice.
So check it out. Chicksonright.com.
So good. Yeah. So before I show you my name, I just want to remind folks, in case you missed yesterday's show, especially the last, 5 minutes or so, when we were talking about raccoon dogs.
Yes. Yes.
Because I showed a TikTok yesterday of a raccoon dog, which is it looks like if you took a German Shepherd and a bear and then a raccoon and made a new animal out of those three things. You would end up with a raccoon dog. And so I was like, this is great because you're always yelling at me that I shouldn't want to have a raccoon as a pet. So is my husband, by the way. And I'm always like, but they're so cute. And so then all of a sudden I see this video of a raccoon dog and I'm like, this is the answer to my prayers. And then you were like, this is your Jessica Simpson moment because these don't even exist. You're being played so hard right now. And then all the people in the comments were like, no, it's a real thing. So I did some more investigative journalism, you guys.
And we talked a lot about this after we got off the show. We went back and forth. And I'm like, listen, the raccoon, because then she's like, it's real, Daisy, it's real. And I'm like, this raccoon dog should totally be our show animal. Our little this should be our little mascot. Yeah, this is what. And so I've agreed to maybe, I listen, I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit that I'm wrong. I didn't think that this was a thing, but I still am leery of them, just so you know, but continue.
Well, so hence my name today. So did you see it?
Raccoon dog. It's Raccoon dog. Is your husband gonna let you are you going to have one? Or are you going to get one?
No, he will not let me. He will not let me. Missy Jean Michelle, thank you very much for that super sticker, you little scamp. So I have a video to show you of a raccoon dog, because I want to show a video so you can actually see and hear a little bit about this incredible species. I thought we'd kick off the show with that. Are you ready?
Kick it off. It's holiday weekend. Let's do it.
Guess what this creature is?
Look how cute.
Nope, it's not a raccoon.
No.
And not exactly a dog either.
No.
It's kind of both.
No.
Oh, and fun fact, the Japanese are absolutely fascinated with its testicles.
Oh.
Got any guesses? It's
Balls!
called Tanuki.
Balls,
And we're
guys.
willing to bet you've
Balls.
actually seen one before. The tanuki is also known as the raccoon dog, and it's a canid, which is a family that includes dogs and dog-like mammals, including wolves, foxes, and coyotes.
Anyway, I just wanted everybody to know.
Right.
It couldn't be a more perfect mascot in every way.
Listen,
the tanuki,
I've already started thinking up t-shirt designs for our next meet and greet that's going to have the raccoon dog with this giant set of balls on it. That's what I've already, the wheels are turning, you guys. They're turning. That's how I think.
Oh, and speaking of t-shirts, we should mention there will be some news coming soon about Camp Tono t-shirts, our meet and greet t-shirts, which will be available for sale very soon. So just wait until you see how glorious they're going to be. They're so exciting. So excited
great.
About that.
So great. Yeah.
Michelle, Missy, Jean, you little scamp. You don't need to send two. She's sending more. She sent 2 super stickers.
Has she been drinking this morning?
Are you making those mimosas flow?
What are you doing? It's a holiday weekend, and I don't blame you. Get it started.
All right, we have news. We have news to get into. Lots and lots of news. First of all, I gotta say, your state is freaking me out a little bit. I know yesterday we talked about Attorney General Paxton saying, if sodomy gets on, like if we have to talk about sodomy, I'm totally gonna uphold state laws banning gay sex. And I was like, can you please not jump all of those sharks, please?
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. But then today, I saw that the public school system, and particularly for second grade curriculum, now the Texas the school board of Texas is trying to look at language that is used in second grade curriculum for social studies. And apparently there's 9 school board members who have introduced an idea, which is because I think it was a year ago where Texas said there's a law passed that said we need to make sure that the curriculum language that's used does not make people uncomfortable. And I get it, because they were all like, critical race theory is terrible. We shouldn't be pitting white kids against kids of color and all that, which made total sense. And I appreciated it. But now they're like doing more of that shark jumping. And now there's this idea that instead of using the word slavery, they're thinking of replacing that word with involuntary relocation. And I just cannot, you guys. What are we even doing? Because now there's this idea.
That's ridiculous, because I was involuntary relocated 7 times in my childhood when my dad got, he got transferred for his job. So I was involuntary relocated. I would have been so confused by that term as a kid, because that happened. So I was like, wait, I would have been like, I'm being involuntary relocated. I don't understand. That is the dumbest phrase ever.
It's so dumb. And there, one of the school board members, and there's a whole committee that's looking at this. And so one of them, who is a Democrat, a Black woman, is like, this is freaking crazy. Like, we cannot not use the word slavery. And first of all, apparently the current curriculum doesn't even use the word slavery anyway in second grade, because it's not something that they discuss that early.
Right.
But so the fact that they're even having this discussion is just so over the top. But it just shows you that when you give an inch, people will sometimes take a mile, even when they have the best of intentions. And this is one of those things that I hope they come to their senses about, because this is just insane. Kids can handle the truth, but that's what they need to have. They need to have the truth, not wrapped up in bows with ribbons and ties,
or convoluted with a bunch of other words that are actually more confusing than the original words and the original meaning, and what you said, the truth. I mean, just absolutely, just tell them the truth. Just give it to them. Give it to them straight.
What are we doing? I just can't.
people don't give kids enough credit.
They really don't.
They're a lot smarter than we think that they are. And actually, they're a lot smarter than most adults these days.
Mm-hmm.
For crying out loud. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's happening. I'm hopeful that there will enough solid, smart thinking people will prevail on this issue, and they just won't be this dumb. But that's a thing. Thank you, Robert Fitzgibbon, for that super sticker, and happy 4th of July weekend right back at you.
I love 4th of July weekend. I love it.
I'm also, again, not wearing a bra, but I am very patriotic today.
I was going to ask you if you're wearing a bra today.
I am
guess
not.
It's 2 days in a row. It's like braless 2 days in a row. Interesting. You're hanging low today. All right.
I know. My husband was like, don't you think that you should at least wear a bra? And I was like, well, I have the camera set where it's not a problem. So
Nobody cares.
He's like, but it's the principle.
There are a lot of guys out there going like this. They're like,
it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. It's not going to. No.
The other little tidbit of news before we get to some of the bigger news items about Biden being at the G7 NATO summit and all that is that we've heard a lot about Bill Gates buying up a lot of farmland, right? Like he's the biggest farmland owner in the country, as a matter of fact. And now he has just won a lawsuit in the state of North Dakota that is allowing him now to spend another $13.5 million on tons and tons of acreage out in North Dakota farmland that he says he plans to use for farmland. And now he owns, you guys, 270,000 acres of farmland in the United States.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of land.
It is a lot of land. And when he claims he's using it all for farming.
At least in North Dakota, he says that.
I wonder what kind of farming. Like, what is he planting there? What is he doing with it?
Vaccine.
That's what I'm wondering.
It's vaccine farming.
He's just planting some vaccines there. That's what he's planting there. Yeah, there's just like little syringes coming up out of the ground. He's just planting vaccines. Yeah, seriously though, that makes me wonder. Like, what are you planting there? It's so odd to me. That guy is so freaking odd, isn't he? Odd.
He's very odd. Very odd.
Everything about him is just so skeevy and sketchy to me. But yeah, okay, they're gonna put a bug in my house now. Now that I've said that. Okay, just stop.
Now they're gonna plant like secret syringes in your house that you'll just back into accidentally.
Ouch! What was that? Damn it! Yeah.
Okay. So now on to news. So there was a devastating poll yesterday that came out from AP and some other organization, I forget, AP something poll. And it is, it's one of those polls that happens on a frequent basis, but now the numbers are worse than ever before because 85% of Americans think the country is on the wrong track under Biden's leadership. So that's bad. Like really, really bad.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Denise. Denise says, happy 55th birthday to me tomorrow. Always thought fireworks for my birthday. Happy birthday, Denise.
Happy
That's awesome.
Birthday.
I'm still celebrating, so I think fireworks are for me too.
I love that. That's awesome. Happy birthday to both of you. Yeah.
So anyway, Jake Tapper had David Axelrod on to talk about the poll. And David Axelrod has sort of become more, I don't know. I don't want to say moderate because he's obviously not, but he's at least more rational thinking when it comes to just looking at the Democrat landscape and recognizing that there are serious problems with it, right? So he provides an answer to Jake Tapper about the poll and what it means for Biden and what it means for Democrats in this upcoming election in November. But he also throws in, this whole Supreme Court ruling on Roe could potentially be a factor too. The question is how much. So it's an interesting discussion. Listen.
We referred to a new poll showing that 85% of the American people think the United States is heading in the wrong direction. That frankly points to disaster for Democrats in November.
Yeah, look, there are a lot of, if you were looking at the chart, you'd say the vitals are not good. The president's approval ratings at 38%. His economic ratings are low. Consumer confidence is down. The number that you mentioned. The one thing that I don't know is how this ruling by the Supreme Court last week is going to affect things. I've heard from people all over the country who've been doing focus groups and polling this week, and it really does seem to have galvanized people, and not just about this issue, but concerns about Republicans and extremism. And if I were a Republican strategist, I'd be a little bit worried about that right now. I don't think we fully understand what the political impact is going to be. But that is one countervailing fact. But on the basic numbers, you're absolutely right. And I think everybody recognizes that this, at current course and speed, this could be a very painful fall for Democrats.
So, he's very even balanced in his thoughts about that.
Right. I mean, they may be galvanized on that one issue, but you put people into a debate and you're going to have, 6, 7, 10 issues that are going to be put on the table, and every issue they're going to be sucking on. And then, okay, fine. They can say, well, we don't get to kill our babies anymore. Okay, well, fine, we'll give you that, But I mean, when it comes to all the other issues, he's been a complete and utter disaster. So how do you defend yourself on that? You can't defend yourself. And how are Democrat or people who have historically voted Democrat, how do you defend that? Or how do you feel about that? Do you think that the Democrats are you going to be able to stand on the abortion thing? And is that going to sustain you when you're going to the freaking grocery store, and you're paying 17% more for everything that you need for July 4th? Is the abortion thing going to sustain you? Because I mean, I just don't see how that's going to come out in the wash. I just don't. I don't. And especially since we have a lot of time between now and then. We have a lot of time between now and fall, and then we have a crap load of time between now and 2024.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see, David.
We will see. You guys, if you have not taken advantage of the mypillow.com/chicks big fat sale on slippers and moccasins, stock up. And then don't forget that they have these cute, adorable slides now that are like the cushioniest, like walking on a cloud slides ever. And they're so comfortable. So these are now available too. So if you're interested in these kinds of shoes, you should absolutely get them from MyPillow, because they make the best stuff, the longest lasting stuff, the most comfortable stuff. Love everything that they do. And of course, their pillows are awesome. Of course, their sheets and towels are amazing. Everything they produce is absolutely perfect. Check them out. mypillow.com/chicks, code chicks.
Yes, do that. And then check us out on local, chicksontheright.locals.com, and our Facebook insiders, because those people are awesome. And then also check out our socials, you guys. We have some really great socials. We are Chicks on Right, especially when Mock is going toe-to-toe with celebrities and weird people out on Twitter.
I really haven't fought with anybody recently.
Yeah, well, that's too bad. You should really start doing that more often. And then I put a lot of really cool stuff out on our Instagram page, so make sure you're following us there. We're not blue check marked because they decided that we're not cool enough to be blue check marked, even though we have like 350,000 followers.
And it doesn't make sense because we're blue check marked on Facebook, which it's the same platform. Meta, get it together.
Yeah, they don't like us. They want to suppress us, you guys. But anyways, follow us there at Chicks on Right.
Okay, let's get to Biden now, because as you just heard from that poll, I mean, it's Jake Tapper. Everybody can see the results for themselves. 85% of Americans think this country is moving in the wrong direction, right? We're going backwards. So that's a terrible number. And that's also a lot. It's a big number. 85% of Americans. Meanwhile, here is what Joe Biden said when asked, hey, what do you think about the fact that 85% of Americans think you're headed backwards? Here's what he said.
They do not think that. You haven't found one person, one world leader to say America's going backwards. America's better positioned to lead the world than we ever have been. We have the strongest economy in the world. Our inflation rates are lower than other nations in the world. The one thing that has been destabilizing is the outrageous behavior of the Supreme Court of the United States.
That's great. That's great. Rip on our Supreme Court while you're on the world stage. That's awesome.
In front of everybody else. Yeah, that's despicable. Totally. So he's coming at the guy. He's like, what are you, corn pop? What are you? I'm coming after you. Put him up. Seriously, this guy is such a disgrace. Can you imagine if Trump would have done that? If he would have like dissed the Supreme Court or dissed just because what he's doing is he's dissing America and dissing the way that we do things. It's just, he's so gross. It's just gross. God, I cannot believe he did that.
Well, yeah. I mean, and he lied twice, because not only did he say, "Oh, no one thinks that," even though 85% of Americans do think that, he also lied in like another instance where he was pressed about inflation, and he basically said that America has one of the lowest inflation rates in the world, which is a lie. And when you look at developed countries, we're right in the top. And so he's just lying, or he's just utterly unaware of everything, which either one of those things are entirely possible.
It's terrifying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys watched The Five with Greg Gutfeld. There's a woman now who I think she's a regular cast member, for lack of a better word, Jessica Tarlov. She's their Democrat. Maybe she replaced Juan Williams. And I'm just going to say, I have a humongous issue listening to her voice because of the fry. There's so much unbearable vocal fry.
Is she the young
her
one?
Natural voice? She's the one with the real dark hair and the glasses.
Okay, yeah. I know you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about too. She's the one that just had the baby, right? Is that her?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, yes, the fry.
Oh,
yes.
I mean, it's unbearable for me to listen to her for long periods of time. And Greg Gutfeld yesterday, they got to talking about Biden and, whether or not, because there's all this chatter about how Democrats are not really lining up to support a potential re-election attempt by Joe Biden. And there's some people who say, oh, of course, absolutely, he's going to run in 2024. But then there's a lot of people who are like, there's no way he's going to run. So Greg Gutfeld asked Jessica Tarlov about her thoughts on that very issue. And she said, he's in excellent health. And so you'll hear the whole thing, but that's one of the things that she says that I was just like, what are you talking about, girl?
You believe he's running in 2024? Be honest. Let's pretend we're not on TV right now. We're just over at a bar having a drink.
Well, this would not be what I would talk about if we were just over at a bar having a drink. I actually do think that he is planning on running in 2024. He's in excellent health. I think he does have a strong case based on 2020 that he is the only one who could beat Trump.
What's your definition of excellent health?
I think he could probably run for longer than I could.
Yes, but, so could a clock, but you need something with a brain.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just going to shift a little bit here.
Yes.
I think what's always interesting when you see David Axelrod or David Plouffe talking about these things is you see the real fissures between Obama world and Biden world. And they're getting a little bit of those jabs. There's still some resentment, obviously, about what happened in 2016 and Hillary not winning and carrying on Obama's legacy, and genuine concern that in 2024, if it is anyone but Trump, I think that Trump is the easiest candidate for the Democrats to beat in 2024, that we will end up losing.
And I think she's right about that. But the excellent health thing, I was like, what?
I got to tell you, if you think that Biden can run longer than you can, you need to get your ass on a treadmill. Like, I'm serious. Like, that's a problem for me. I'm 50 years old, and if I felt as if him right now, if he could run longer, cycle longer, do anything longer than I could, I would be like, you know what, Daisy, you need to get your crap together and probably get up off the couch and start doing some stuff, because no, that guy is not. She thinks that he's actually healthier than her. That's problematic.
He's more physically fit, apparently.
Yeah, that's a problem. She is a young mother of one. She needs to probably step that up then. That's number one. And two, I hope they run him. I hope they do. I hope that she's right, and I hope that they do run him, because then I don't. Oh my God, my Great Dane could run against him, and I feel like, you see what I'm saying? They're out of their minds if they think, if there are people out there, because I figure she's representative of at least some people in the party, right? I mean, she's on the freaking five. If they think that he has a chance in hell of winning against a person who's breathing on her side.
She said he has a chance of winning against Trump. She doesn't think he has a chance of winning against basically anybody else.
Yeah, but
that's what I thought
Trump,
was really interesting, is that a Democrat is saying that.
Well, because he's won before, but I don't think that he would even have a chance against Trump. I really don't. I don't. I think that they just think it's going to be a rematch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't even think that he would win against Trump. You see videos of like people out there who are, I saw a video of two guys that were being, I don't even know who was interviewing them. There's two Black guys that are being interviewed. They're like, what do you think about, what would you say to Biden right now if, I wish we had the video so we could show people, because I'm just paraphrasing, of course, but the dude was like, what would you say to Biden right now if you could tell him anything? And they were like, get the heck out. Like, get out. You're doing a terrible job. And of course, there's F-bombs flying and everything. And they were just like, get out. Like, let Trump do, because I mean, you can't even like ride a bike. You can't do anything. Like, you haven't done anything for our community. You're terrible. You're just like, get Trump back in office, because he did a much better job. And I don't know who they voted for either time. I have no clue.
Or if they voted.
Right. Or if they voted at all. Exactly. But I mean, like this, there are people all over the country who, I don't know who they voted for at all in any election, but they're now like, look at the percentage of people, the 80-something% of people that think that he's doing a piss poor job. Things are different. The landscape is different. The kitchen table issues are different. The economy is different. Everybody's lives are different. I mean, we've been through hell over the past 2 years. So I don't know. They think that they would have it in the bag. I don't necessarily agree with that. You may agree with that, but I don't necessarily agree with that. Do I want him to run again? Do I want it to be a rematch? No, I don't want it to be a rematch. I'm sick of all that crap, but I don't think that he would have it.
I just don't want more old people running.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm not an ageist, but this is too old. If you're in your upper 70s or 80s, GTFO already.
Right. I want somebody who actually can run. You know what I mean? Right. I really would like that. I really would. It'd be nice.
Well, then another potential candidate, as we all know, that is being talked about is Hillary Clinton. And Yamiche Alcindor asked Hillary Clinton the same question that everybody's asking. Would you support Biden if he runs again? And it's just so interesting how all of these prominent Democrats can't emphatically answer that question. Yes, of course. That's ridiculous. Now, Hillary tries to say, oh, that's a silly question, but just look at the body language in this answer, you guys. Just look at this.
And if he decides to run, he's a sitting president. And, would you endorse him? Look, I would endorse our sitting president. Yes, of course. I mean, this is a silly question. So let's go with the person most likely to win. Joe Biden beat in a huge landslide victory in the popular vote, Donald Trump. I think that says a lot.
I mean, that was the worst endorsement of all time.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And, and she's thinking to herself, God, it should be me. It should be me. It totally should be. Yeah, they're all doing that, though. AOC did that. We showed that video of AOC doing it. She's doing it. A lot of people are doing that because they really don't want to say, God, he's been terrible. Yeah. He's been awful. And he's done a horrible job. And I guess he's good enough. And that's the thing. He was good enough to begin with. They put him in there because he was just good enough to beat him. And he was just sort of like that stable guy that they thought they could manipulate and control, which is exactly what they've done. And, here we are. We're in a terrible position now as a country.
Well, and isn't it interesting, too, that she wouldn't say his name? That she said, of course, I would vote for the sitting president, as if she doesn't even think he may make it to the end of the first term to be the sitting president.
That's
so she could have just been saying, I would vote for Kamala, because maybe Kamala, after the midterms, takes over somehow, and that's who Hillary would endorse.
Interesting perspective. Yeah. That is.
God,
please don't let it be Kamala. Don't. That would be, I can't even think about that. I can't. Don't do that. Not on a holiday weekend. Don't say that. No, it makes me I'm very uncomfortable.
Well, speaking of shady AF, ABC, I think this is Jonathan Karl, excuse me, was interviewing Liz Cheney yesterday about this whole January 6th hearing and the ridiculousness of Cassidy Hutchinson and how they didn't bother to have like the very people that Cassidy Hutchinson was saying she heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who. Yeah. Something to the effect of of the Secret Service, basically being strangled by Donald. The whole thing was just ridiculous. So Jonathan Karl asked Liz, hey, Did you consider maybe getting sworn under oath testimonies, in front of the actual key players? Is that a thought that's crossed your mind? Watch how evasive and just ridiculous Liz Cheney is. Look at this.
To seek testimony from Tony Ornato or Robert Engel to corroborate or to refute what she said?
I don't want to get into too many details. The committee has spoken to both Mr. Ornato and Mr. Engel, and we welcome additional testimony under oath from both of them and from anybody else in the Secret Service who has information about any of these issues.
Do you expect that testimony will be live testimony, under oath, like her testimony, and for the world to see? How is that going to happen?
Look, we have been working with the Secret Service. We've interviewed, as I said, a number of individuals in the Secret Service. We will continue to do so. And I think it is important that their testimony be under oath.
Why was that so weird?
Well, because she's weird, and it's all one-sided. I mean, we all know how one-sided it is. This is not an actual trial. It isn't at all. It's basically like it's not basically. It is a TV production, and it has nothing to do with being a trial. And it's just one-sided propaganda bullcrap, is what it is. They have no intention of giving us the other side of anything. It's just all Liz Cheney's little drama theater production, high school thing. It's a high school musical. It's just ridiculous. It's all just so ridiculous. Did you see all the stuff floating around yesterday of like, it's all, it just looks like something out of an action movie. They're saying, and then Trump lunged from back here, and then he like karate kicked this guy and then did this, and he like spun around, and it was like the Matrix, man. He did it's just all it's all so ridiculous. The stuff, and this Cassidy chick, that somebody is paying this woman, or there's favors being, given underneath the table. This is just my personal opinion. You guys may not agree with me, but this chick is 25 years old?
Yeah. She looks like she's had a life already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she does. You're absolutely right. But this is politics, man. It's like she has switched counsel. Am I right about that? I know she switched lawyers somewhere. Like, I think she's switched people who are like helping her. I just know that like somebody has given her, she's taken favors, or there's something that has been done with this woman for this woman. And the fact that Liz Cheney hugged her, after her testimony.
God.
Yeah. She hugged her, you guys. That doesn't happen in normal trials. You just don't that doesn't happen. And so this is just all a huge, unbelievable spectacle. If you believe this crap, like if you look at this and you think that her testimony was at all believable, I've got the tidal wave insurance to sell you in Indiana. It's people are looking at this and they're thinking, oh, it's a TV movie. It's just crazy. Like, I cannot believe the American people, or at least some American people, are watching this and thinking that it's on the up and up. It's nuts. It's a travesty. It's just a travesty to the way that we do life in America. Mm-hmm. I'm so embarrassed for our systems. And I'm embarrassed for Liz Cheney. And Liz Cheney should never, the woman should never get a pension from us. Like, God, that woman.
Christine, thank you so much. She sent a super sticker saying, happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, baby brother, Paul. Best country ever. Balls.
It is the best country ever. And I hate that people are trying to ruin it.
Same. What is in your sack of whack?
Okay, so there's a woman, she visited a pyramid, and she has claimed that she has unleashed, that pyramid has unleashed her ability to speak alien. It's like, okay, so she went to, I guess, she went to a pyramid in 2012. Okay, let me make sure that I have this right.
Oh, this was a while ago.
It was a long time ago, but now she claims that she can speak alien, and she talks to people about her abilities now. This is what she does. And listen, for a small fee of $75, she will help you develop your own psychic gifts. Okay.
And who falls for this?
Well, people do. Just like they listen, these are the same people that watch the January 6th trials. They think that it's real, right? Same people. Yeah. So anyways, she claims to have an alien boyfriend. She has gone all the way with her extraterrestrial boyfriend. It's like, this is the thing. She speaks fluent alien. She wants to someday become the fiance of this individual. And she fully expects that one day her alien beau is going to get down on one knee. I didn't know that aliens.
So that's good.
I was just gonna say I didn't know that they had knees. I was just gonna say that. But anyways, people are looking forward to having her translate the proposal. But she said that she went to this pyramid, and for $75, we could probably learn more. This is what.
Well, and what's amazing about it is that no one can corroborate whether or not her alien is any good. Like when she speaks alien, there's nobody that's going to be like, yeah, she got that right. You know what I mean?
And like, see, this is the thing. At least with Klingon, that's an actual language, right? I mean, other people know it. Besides, her name is Mafe, M-A-F-E. I don't know if that because I think she's from Colombia. Yes, she's from Colombia. Now she's a TikToker, so you can go to TikTok and find her. I don't know her handle. It doesn't say it It doesn't say it. But you can probably find her.
Feed.
Right. It's M-A-F-E. And Mafe Walker is her name. She's a Colombian TikToker. So you should probably check her out because she is definitely an alien, especially if you want to talk to aliens, you guys. Because for a small fee of $75, of course, you can check that out. Mm-hmm. Right. That's your
All
whack.
right. That is some whack indeed. That means it's time for some MyPillow talks, you guys, and got some good ones for you. I'm going to start with one that's political in nature because there is a fellow that I just loved his video yesterday, and so we'll just play that first.
Dating someone, what's one of the biggest red flags?
Being white.
What? Huh?
Okay, wait, let me
You're dating someone, what's one of the...
I hate that it auto starts, but the question is, when you're dating someone, what's one of the biggest red flags? And this chick's answer is if they're white. So this guy has a response to that.
You're dating someone, what's one of the biggest red flags?
Being white.
What? Huh? Are we allowing this now? Yep, bro, we've been allowing this. Just imagine she's white. And he asked her, what's the biggest red flag when dating? And she said, being black. You better believe she'd be trending on Twitter with people rallying to burn her at the stake. But because she said white people, it's fine. Y'all want to call racism all the time. But when it's actually displayed, zip. It's mind-boggling. Like, you're free to say what you want. You're even free to be racist. But people, all you virtue signalers, shouldn't you be speaking up right about now? Like, this is your lane.
Yes.
Get pissed. Social injustice. Oh, we don't care? Oh, white supremacy? Okay. This just shows y'all fake. But I guess we already knew that. Stay triggered, my friends.
I love him.
You're dating someone with...
Isn't he great?
I love him so much. Y'all fake.
Y'all
true.
fake.
So true. It's so absolute. I mean, he is dead on with that. That drives me crazy. Why is that okay? Why do we allow that?
Well, I'm glad he's not. I'm glad. And there's a number of black TikTokers who do speak out against this nonsense. And I'm so glad. Every time I find one, it's like an immediate follow. I just love these people.
God bless them.
Okay, this next person, back to the raccoon theme. So there's a woman who does animal rescues, and literally all she does is post videos of whatever adorable creature she has just been assigned to rescue. And so I love watching all of her videos. And she also talks to people about the animals, what there is to learn. I mean, she teaches you about the animals as well. So her latest rescue and her latest admonishment of people like me is to stop freaking getting raccoons as pets. And now, of course, you all know that we have the solution now, and a raccoon dog does exist. But this was her latest rescue. Look at this.
Okay, some of you may or may not know one of my top favorite animals. So I'm going to show it to you. And this baby's sweet. But let me tell you one thing, that these little babies are definitely, and he's being a stink, are not pets, okay? They are bad.
So
but I love them. They are bad.
my God.
Terrible.
Why is she in a car?
She just picked him up.
Okay.
How can she say they're not good pets?
I love you so much. Did you go show
Okay.
everybody your hands? No,
Until
show
he,
everybody. Show them your hands.
Until he,
Oh,
until
look
he
at
bites
those
her.
hands.
And then
Look
she
at
has to get
those
20 rabies
hands.
shots in her ass. Yeah.
Worst pets on earth.
I mean, he's great.
No, it's not.
They
Don't
are
like
bad.
me. Don't
They're
you
not
do
good.
it.
And she
good pets.
says, she's like, they're the worst pets on earth. And then in the comments, because of course I looked at the comments and everyone was like, oh my God, I want one. And so I saw her pinned comment at the top. She was like, no, you guys, this is not the reaction I was going for. I'm telling you, do not get them as pets. And now she's just created a whole bunch more people that want raccoons as pets.
Well, she shouldn't have put that video out there. This is the thing. What did she think was going to happen when she's loving on a raccoon like a cat in a car? Seriously.
But it was loving it. It loved all the love because
What
they're
did
so
she
sweet.
What did she expect? Not all of them are sweet, though. Oh, my God.
But some are, especially ones that you raise from itty bitty babies.
I can't with this.
All right, well
I
then we'll look at dogs because there's a
Let's
dog.
look at dogs.
This dog is so mean, like so insulting to its owner. So watch what happens when anytime that this owner tells his dog that they love him or her. I don't know what the gender is of this dog. Every time the owner says, I love you, watch what happens.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, Mom loves you. I love you.
I mean, every single time.
Oh, my God.
Every time.
He's like dry heaving. I love that so much. That is the greatest. That's like every guy who's non-committal. Every single guy that you ever dated that could not commit to you. Can't say it. I can't say it.
Oh my God.
We got about
I would
2
be
months
so
left.
horrified.
2 months left in this relationship, lady. I can't say it. Oh my God, I love that so much. That's awesome.
Now,
That's the greatest.
Here's a dog who has decided it wants to go somewhere. And even though they're not going anywhere, the owner has no intention of taking this dog anywhere. This dog wants to go. Watch. His name's Cooper. And he's in the car.
What is he doing?
Sir.
He's just like, we're going.
Get out of my car.
Oh my God.
Get out of my car. We're not going anywhere.
Oh my God.
Come on, let's go.
I love him.
I mean, the absolute defiance.
Get out of my
He's
car.
like, no, he's like, we're going.
Cooper. My guy.
He's a road
Where do you think
tripper.
you're
He
going?
wants to go.
There's nowhere to go.
He's like, well, think
We're
of
not going
somewhere.
anywhere.
He's in the garage. I love this so much.
He just will not budge.
Cooper.
I love him.
There's so much side eye.
Off. Come on, let's go.
He's like, no.
He's not.
No. His face.
Anyway, so I love that
That dog is awesome. He's like, we're going on a road trip right now. We're going right now. I can
Did
respect
somebody not
that.
tell you?
Sometimes you just gotta go. I respect
gotta
that
go.
dog.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this girl obviously having a little bit of a rough go of things right now, and she has decided that she has a plan for the month of July, and here it is.
So next month, I am going to be starting a new challenge called July. And what I'm going to be trying to do is make it through every day of July.
That's a great challenge.
Wish me luck. So next month.
So
I feel
go,
her.
girl.
I feel her on that. I really do. I do. That's how I feel this month. So that's good. I like that. That's awesome. You go, girl.
You go. You'll do this. I believe in you. I really believe you can do this. The last one for today is of a woman. So it's one of those stitched videos. So the first woman you're going to see is a woman who is reacting to the Roe v. Wade verdict. And then there is a response to her that is priceless.
Verse Wade being overturned, and what about our Miranda rights?
Listen here, Sugarfoot. Go ahead and exercise your right to remain silent, okay? All right.
Roe versus Wade being overturned, and what about our Miranda rights?
Sugarfoot.
Listen here, Sugarfoot. Go ahead and exercise
her.
your right to remain silent, okay? All right.
You just go ahead and exercise that right to remain silent.
Exercise
Sugarfoot.
it. Just exercise it, Sugarfoot. God. I love her. Listen here, Sugarfoot.
Sugarfoot is my new favorite thing to call somebody.
Yeah, I do like Sugarfoot. That's good. Because then they're like, oh, do you like
nice,
me or do you not? Is that a term of endearment or are you being condescending? Because I don't know. Because I'm too stupid to know. I'm too stupid to understand. I'm going to remain silent. Yeah.
I love her. Anyway, those are your talks. Getting you into the 4th of July weekend.
We're sliding in. You guys, I love this weekend so much. I love 4th of July weekend. What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing?
I'm going to Nashville.
You're going to Vegas. She's going to
pet
Draper
kangaroos.
James.
I'm petting all the things.
Kangaroos. She's going to buy some gingham at Draper James. She's going to do all the things, you guys. She's going to do all the things. I'm going junking this weekend. I'm going to see my kids one last time before they move to California.
Such a bad move. Bad move.
Bad move. If you're watching, I don't understand you. Don't understand it, but I love you anyway.
You leave Texas to go to California. It just makes no sense. None.
Makes 0 sense. They'll be back. Yeah. And then what else are we doing? And then we're just going to hang by the pool a little bit this weekend. That's what we're going to do. And then eat a lot of meat. Of meat. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what doing. You guys, I hope you have so much fun with your friends, your family, everybody bring it in. Mock is not going high because her boobs will be a flopping. So we're going to keep it low today. We're going to keep it low, keeping it on the low. You guys have the most glorious 4th of July weekend, and we will talk to you on Tuesday. Tuesday. Love and hugs to everybody. Mwah.
Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day.